rich, I'm rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. On my body rich, smelling like Versace rich, Jay-Z and Beyonce rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, diamonds on my body rich, smelling like Versace rich, Jay-Z and Beyonce rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, diamonds on my body rich, smelling like Versace rich, Jay-Z and Beyonce rich, I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich, I'm rich, I'm rich. I'm rich, I'm rich.
Whispered promises straight to my heart. I'd never noticed, but you were never there, you were never there. Hey, you gave me roses, set me apart. All I feel was bliss, but you were never there, you were never. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Baby, just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Down in empty streets, looking for joy. I don't wanna admit I'm better on my own, better on my own. You say we're not meant for each other. I'm not sure of this. I won't give up on this, I won't give up. Cause I don't wanna behave like the one to flee, like the one to leave. I never surrender, but ever remember my lover. Did you give up on me? Have you never learned a lesson? Sorry, I will never be, even in your dreams, the one you wanna see. Think it better go someplace I don't know, cause I got your picture on my mind. I want us to be what we used to be this night. Baby, just another fight, but you don't wanna see me cry. There is no way that it's never going there. I think it better and I swear I'll follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where. Think it better and I swear follow you no matter where.
I know we grew up a little too fast. I miss the days that we chill and relax. Where did the time go? It all passed. Now I need to go back. I had no worries but always had plans. Only thing I did was pick at the trash. Now it's much harder to laugh, hard to get up and then work on my craft. I need inspiration, don't need no validation. No more medication, just try
Yo, what's up, guys? How's everybody doing today? Supra, you're able to get on YouTube? What's up, man? What's up, Reckless? What's up, Lil Liberia? What's up, John? How you guys doing today? I'm gonna change my light in my room real quick. We're gonna roll with this. Does this work? Or does this like screw my face up? Yeah, let's bring this over a little bit. Make sure I got my setup all squared away here. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. Trying to play some chess. I worked out this morning and got some good training in. I'm ready to play some chess and get a little redemption from yesterday. I pinged people in Discord as well. My game plan for today is to play 7 Blitz games, and I'm going to be like completely and utterly locked in whenever I am playing. Excuse me. And I'm going to be completely and utterly locked in when I'm playing my games. But after the game, I'm going to review each one and essentially explain my thought process to you guys so you can actually like understand what I was thinking in specific moments throughout the game, if that makes sense. So it's going to be fun, and we're going to bang these out real quick. And if you guys want to, those of you that are in here right now, I will be reviewing, I will do a review for you guys of whatever game you all send me in the Discord server. And I require you to send it to Chess Club and then just ping me. And I'll review it real quick with you, and it's going to be a good time. What's up, Chess Leveling? How are you doing today, homie? Oh, you deleted your message. Good to see you guys. Nothing much, man. How are you? How'd your stream go? Hang on. I don't like this lighting. Alright, does that look better? Hopefully that looks a little bit better. My LED lights are like giving out right now. It's kind of annoying me. But, okay, so we're focused up. 5 people in here right now. What's up, everybody? If you haven't said hi yet, say hi. Katie messaged me. Towards wash hours. Alright, sorry guys, I just need to respond to Katie real quick. Was that just for me? Have y'all seen how the puzzle elo just dropped by 4? Yeah, dude, I saw that too. I was doing puzzles today, and I went from 20, I think it was 2,400, and I dropped all the way down to 1,900. Oh, that's you, Katie. What's up, Katie? Yeah, okay, that's a good way. That's a good way to let me know who you are. Lil Iberia. Alright, let's see here. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to repeat this again, guys. If you guys, after I'm done playing Blitz, if you guys want me to review a game, throw one in the Chess Club channel. And also, when you guys are done watching this stream, you guys should go check out my new video on YouTube. I played against a national chess master 2 years ago in 2022. No, yeah, 3 years ago in 2022. And I beat him. I beat a national master in a game of chess. So after this is all said and done, you guys should pop out. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start locking in here, and I'll peep at the chat here and there just to kind of just take a quick peek at what you guys are saying. But yeah, the idea remains the same. I'm gonna play 7 games of chess, and after every single Blitz game, I'm going to review it, and I'm gonna explain to you guys my thought process so you guys can understand exactly what I was thinking in specific spots. And after that's all said and done, anybody who has sent me one game in the Discord server in the Chess Club channel, I will review that game real quick. And then after that, if we have extra time, I'll put you guys in a game. I'm only playing Blitz or Bullet, though, so you guys pick your poison. But I wanted to buy some merch from my favorite creator, Jake Hill, and I saw the price was going down, and I was like, that's a really good price. So I put it in my cart, and they want another $100 for shipping to EU. Oh, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Speaking of which, I need to start posting my merch in my Discord server. I do have merch. Wait, you guys want to see my merch? Hang on. I want to show you guys my merch real quick. So I launched this like a year ago or so, but this is my merch. It has full strive. It's a t-shirt and has full strive on the front, and it has a little logo here on the sleeve. This is my old logo. I need to update it to the chest piece because I have a rook in my logo. But I have FS as a sleeve, and then on the back it says, oops, I should hold this up. Risking it is less risky than doing nothing, and then add full _strive underneath it. But I'm gonna once I can finally get monetized on YouTube, I'll probably launch some more stuff. But I am gonna make it like affordable for you guys too, because like shipping across the pond, and when I say the pond, I mean the ocean, because I'm over in the United States. Shipping across the pond costs like an extra like $20, so. Up front, t-shirts as of that. It looks like e-sport shirt though. Are you talking about the Jake Hill one or are you talking about mine? I feel like e-sport shirts are cool, in my opinion. Let's see here. Alright, cool. Captain Bills. Cool. And that is a compliment, right? I think esports shirts are actually pretty cool. What's up, Captain Bill? Morning to you. 6 people in here right now. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to go ahead and jump in this first game, and after this game has concluded, I'm going to review it for you guys and walk you through exactly what I'm thinking in these various spots. So 7 Blitz games, no more, no less, because I actually need to be on a time schedule today, because I need to make my short form content. Also, hey, really quick, all of you guys right now, on my recent YouTube short, it's a transition video of me reenacting a picture I took with Hikaru Nakamura, and somebody commented on it and said that I stole it from somebody else. You guys want to be some G's and go and tell him, like, and just go roast this guy real quick? Because this guy's claiming that, like, the picture of me isn't me, but it's literally me. But yeah, it's a little late for Katie. Katie, you're over there in Spain, right? All right, but with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and jump in this first game. So I'm going to lock in here for a second, and I will chat with you all a little more consistently here in a moment. Oh, I need to start adding descriptions on these lives, too. And also like the live, if you wouldn't mind. All right, let's look at this. Let's play this game real quick. All right, so we drop it all the way down to 1550, but we're going to get this back. Oh, I meant to. Alright. So before I played that, I needed to castle first, so that's my bad. So I'm going to have to fall back now, unfortunately. Now we can castle. Okay. So now if I go here. I'm going to go here first. He's going to push this pawn eventually here. Let's go here. Slide this up, and I want to get my bishop here. No, I can't. Alright, so let's bring the rook over. That's a really interesting move there. Let's bring the knight over. I'm going to take with this knight and then try and get this knight here. Okay. Try and keep some pressure mounting. So that just hangs a piece, right? I believe that just hangs a piece. Actually, no, it doesn't. Because if I take, he sacks. But then I can sack here. Or maybe not. Okay, let's go here. Try and negate some threats here from the knight. Okay. Slide the bishop down. I want to come here. Bring the king over. Got to keep an eye on that time. Get an isolated pawn now. Take, take. Let's go here and then here. All these squares are covered. Let's go here. If it goes here to check, I just slide over, and then I'm gonna get that knight off the board. Darn. I'm just going to go for a draw because I have 1 second on my clock. Phew. All right. Wow. That was a very, very intense game. Jeez. All right. That was an 84 move game. Like, how does he still has 43 seconds on his clock? All right. Let's go ahead and review this real quick. And I'm not going to pull it up on screen. Make sure everything looks so proper on here. All right. So I played an 81% accurate game. I had 1 blunder, 4 great moves. And that is the gist of that. So whenever I'm playing with white, I'm usually opening the game up with e4. And my opponent responds with e6. And anytime I see e6, I'm always striking with this pawn because I want to try and create as much pressure and security on these squares as I possibly can. Very important to start the game. So that's exactly what I do. I push the pawn forward, and then my opponent responds with d5. Anytime I see the move d5, I always just snap take. And this opening right here is called the French defense exchange variation. And everything is very, very principled. So I move my bishop up here, in an effort to develop and get these pieces out here so that I can eventually castle. And after I do that, he develops his knight, and I move my knight up. And one thing you got to keep in mind too is whenever I do move this knight up, this bishop does have a V-line to come down here and put pressure on here. Yes, I can push this pawn up, but usually 9 times out of 10 they're going to slide their bishop back here. But my opponent doesn't end up doing this. He ends up sliding his bishop up to d6, and I respond with bishop g5, which I didn't really have to do. A better move I could have played was probably moving the bishop here or even just straight up castling. But I wanted to try and get some pressure on this knight early, and my thought process here was push this pawn up, get this over here, and then eventually create a battery coming down here of sorts. And yeah, that was my thought process there. So my opponent castled, and this was a very bad move that I made here, h3, because now I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to stop this bishop from getting here now. But in the process of doing that, he gets his rook over to create a check, and now I have to make an undeveloping move, which low-key loses me a tempo. So I bring my bishop back here, and that's not even the best move. Apparently bishop b2 was a little bit better, but the reason why I didn't like doing that is because now this bishop is going to be pinned down here. I guess that does kind of make sense, though, now that I look at it. Because it's like, if I do go down here, I was worried he'd be able to... Oh, I don't know. He can't even go here. I was thinking he could go there for some reason. But he can't go there. Or actually, I think I was worried about this. But then that doesn't work either, because then I just get the queen. But that would have been the better move. But I slide my bishop all the way down, and now he slides his bishop up, which says it's not a good move, but it's honestly a valid development move. So bishop g7, now I castle, get my king to safety. We see c6, I play c3 in an effort to get the queen down here, like I said earlier, get a battery coming down here. My opponent responds with bishop e6, and I play knight bd2, knight bd7. It's played by my opponent, queen c2, queen c7. And in this right here, now he has a v-line coming down here, so that is something I need to worry about, or that is something I need to think about, not worry about. It's deadlocked in the position as it stands, but I'm trying to just kind of think about that and make sure I have that in the back of my mind, essentially. So I slide my rook over here in an effort to just kind of get some pressure on this file. He now moves his bishop here, which I knew for a fact that was an inaccuracy, but I honestly used a little bit too much time to think about it. I mentioned this while I was playing, but I slid the knight back here because after the bishop, if the bishop were to take here, I would just take back with the knight. But that doesn't end up happening. I just take the bishop here because he didn't take mine, and now his queen takes. And I slid my queen over here to try and get the queens off the board because after he takes, I take with this knight, and I mentioned this in the game as well. Taking with this knight to me is better because now I can get this knight here to, I guess, essentially just make sure I have the position locked down. So I take his queen, he brings his rook over, I now slide my knight up, which is the best move on the board, which is nice. Thank you, chess.com, for giving me a little bit of credit for that. Knight e4, bringing his knight in, and this is a catastrophic mistake because of takes. And I thought that maybe he could sack his bishop here, but he cannot because I can just sack my bishop here. And honestly, I think this is actually a better move. Oh no, it says bishop g6. Bishop g6. Or no, bishop takes c6. Sorry. Yeah, bishop takes c6, and then he has, if he takes this pawn, he's dead in the mud because I just come back and get his bishop. But if he takes, I take, and I'm looking really good. But that's not exactly what happens. Brings this knight over, so I slide my bishop down because it's under attack now. And we get bishop d5. And at this point, I am realizing I'm a little bit lower on time, so I'm trying to use a little bit more time to try and formulate my thoughts a little bit better. I now play bishop e2 because I would rather prefer to not trade my bishop there in that spot if I can. He now brings his knight in here, and this is a blunder because of knight takes on d5. And after c takes d5, I have this. No? Yeah, bishop e5. Attacking the rook here. And now the rook's going to have to move. Let's say the rook goes here. Now I push this pawn. This knight has to move. And no matter where this knight goes, I'm going to get this rook. So that is why knight e4 was a blunder. But in a low time scramble, I was not able to formulate my thoughts properly and find that. I played bishop d3, and my opponent slides his knight back to f6, and we get king f1. And I played this move because I wanted to have 3 defenders on this rook, because whenever there is a rook battery coming down a certain file, it's important to make sure you have full-on security as best as you possibly can. So after this we get knight h5, which is also an inaccuracy because of knight takes on d5 once again. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. Wait, so takes, 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 c takes, and bishop e2. Oh, and then I get here. Yeah, and essentially I just have more space here. But we end up trading everything. And at this point I have 57 seconds on my clock. And in this endgame in particular, in a low time scramble where I'm trying to play a little bit faster, I'm trying to essentially move my pawns up the board as quickly as I possibly can. I know right here in this spot I am at an advantage on the eval bar. The eval bar right now says I'm at plus 2.7. And so whenever you're in these like super tight scrambles, it's important to make sure you try your absolute best to limit where the knight can go. Like the knight is the biggest threat here for me, and that's what I need to think about the most. The pawns, not necessarily because they have less squares that they can cover, but with the knight, like let's say I played a move like this. This would lose on the spot because of knight c5 check, and after I slide the king here, or if I slide the king there, he can take here, and or no, I guess he can't. Or no, he takes this pawn. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. But there's just more stuff that you have to think about and make sure you're seeing. So I'm playing these moves a little bit faster. And now he brings his knight over here, and I was a little worried about him getting his knight here. So I slid my bishop up to attack this pawn first, and then my ultimate plan was to get my bishop over here to try and eliminate as many squares as I can, like I just mentioned. And he brings his knight over here. I slid my bishop down, and my goal right now is to try and get the knight off the board as quickly as I can. But it's very tricky because the knight is very mobile and able to move a lot. So after bishop e4, I slide my bishop all the way back. He brings his knight up here. I slide my king over. I better move there would have been play knight. It says, what does it say? A5 would have been best. Sacking that. But of course I'm not going to find that with 40 seconds on my clock. We get 97, f4, knight g8, king b4. And now I am in the complete and utter driver's seat because I'm going to be able to get to these pawns, and the king can never get over here because of the bishop. Oops, because of the bishop covering these squares. And he moved his knight all the way here, and not really much he can do. So after the knight comes back, I end up pushing this pawn first because A, I get one of his pawns out of the way, and B, the king still cannot get anywhere over here. Like the knight is the only thing saving him in this spot. So after this, I slide my king up, I push my pawn forward, his knight jumps over to e7, I push the pawn now, his knight jumps back, push, slide the king up, move my bishop up, because like I said, I'm trying to get rid of the knight, if I can. He brings his knight back now, I take this pawn, he slides his king up, and I go here, and he checks me, I go here, checks me again, he goes there, I bring my bishop down, checks me again, and this is an inaccuracy, but it's not the end of the world, and this is a complete and utter winning endgame. But with 15 seconds on my clock, I genuinely do not have much time to think. So I started just spamming moves here. Bishop f5, and this is completely and utterly losing. I needed to play bishop g6. Because after the king comes over here, I just push this pawn. King comes over here, I push this pawn. And eventually, like, the king, like, I'm gonna be able to get my king over here faster than his king can get up here to defend. And he can't even go there because of the bishop. But that is exactly what I needed to do, but I did not, in fact, do that. I moved my bishop up there because I got scared. And now I need to play h5, and I don't. I push this pawn instead because, like I said, I got scared. And for reasons exactly the same. After he takes this pawn, he goes here, here. King can't go here, here. And I'm just completely and utterly winning. I push that pawn, go here. And then at this point, with 8 seconds on my clock, I'm thinking, all right, I just literally need to prevent him from, I literally just need to play prevent. And this is bad for him because now I can just move my king over and his king can't get back up. And if he promotes, I just sack the bishop. And I promoted the queen with 1 second on my clock. And from here I just sacked and drew the game. So that is my thought process. That was my thought process in that game. Alright. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Tell me what you guys think. But let's go ahead and start this next game. White again. Then that. Castle. I can play here first. He's going to try and get his bishop in here. So I'm going to play here first. And anytime they push that pawn, I usually slide my bishop back because I know this is going to be coming here. So now he gets his bishop over, and I always push this pawn first. He's going to slide his bishop back. I'm going to go here and then here. It's a Gucci piano. And anytime they push this pawn here, I always take. And so now I have to be very careful. So I'm going to go here. Try and get here. And now this is under fire. And when I see that, actually I probably just take here. I'm just going to take here. And now this pawn's going to have to take. And actually that's kind of annoying too because now I can't go here. Alright, so... And once again, he has used absolutely no time. Insane, bro. I'm gonna go here. Alright, I need to not use so much time. Alright, so comes down to defend. Come down here. And I want to push there and then get here. Just go ahead and take. Let's go here, and I want to go here. If it brings his rook over, I'm going to slide my queen up. I'm going to slide my queen up first. Go here. Take that. Oh, that fork doesn't work. Let's go here. I have 30 seconds on my clock again. Dagnabbit. Dang. I'm just out of time. Too little, too late. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Yeah, I run out of time. All right. All good, all good. Part of the game. Let's go and review real quick. So that was game 2. 0-1-1 right now. I didn't play that bad. I mean, I had some blunders. But let's go ahead and look at this real quick. So I open up with e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6. This is all pretty standard stuff for me. I'm an Italian game player, and I usually turn it into a Gucci piano, usually. So he slides his bishop up here, and anytime they don't bring their bishop here, so just a little reference for y'all too. If he were to move his bishop here, my next move would be here, and if he moves his knight here, I push here to defend that pawn, and then usually they'll castle, and push this pawn here usually. Bishop will come out here, push here, slide the rook over, and that's basically the basic setup there for what I'm used to in this spot, specifically for the Italian. So I push this pawn up here to defend that. I castle, he castles, and also I had to push this pawn to defend this, like I just mentioned. So I push this pawn now. He pushes that pawn in an effort to get his bishop out here. Slide my bishop down. He goes there. I push there. Slide the rook over to get my knight up here to rotate it around. And anytime I play that move, I always take with the pawn. And in this spot particularly, I needed to play knight c4, which was here, to put more pressure on that pawn. But I went there instead, and I took. I needed to play, it says queen d6 is best here. But honestly, I feel like a move like this could have worked, maybe? I guess not. But I took the knight. And now this pawn is blocking my knight from getting out here, so that was a little bit annoying. So I slid my knight over here. I used way too much time on this move. I used 40 seconds on this move. Like spots like this, I always, like anytime I start getting to unfamiliar territory, I like freeze up and it throws me off a little bit. And that's why I got that. This move right here is why I got so low on time. It's always one move that takes away all your time usually. So I push that pawn here in an effort to get my queen up here. And he moves his bishop back, and I just straight up take it because after he takes, and I was thinking he would take with this pawn, but he takes with this pawn. And now I move my knight forward, and my thought process is to get one of my knights here. But instead I move my queen here. I should have straight up played knight ge5 here first. But he moves his knight over here now, and now I move this knight here. And this was a straight up blunder. I thought free piece, but he pushes this pawn now. And surprisingly, he found this move in 2 seconds. So that was fun. But now I'm going to lose my knight. So I send my queen over. Takes. Now I take here. And I'm actually even with him in material. Yes, he has one of my big pieces, but I got 3 pawns out of it. So he moves his knight there, and then I move my queen there. And he takes. A better move would have just been to take the queen straight up here. Because after takes, I'm not looking too good. But yeah. So he takes my piece there first, and I can't take with the queen because the rook is covering. Takes my queen, I take here. He moves his rook down, and I slid my rook up because I saw this pawn was under attack, and I'm also only have 20 seconds on my clock. So he brings his rook over now. Takes. I bring my king up. He brings his rook back. I slide my rook over, and at this point, it's literally just a time scramble. And I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward through this because everything just cooked and I ran out of time. So, all right, so that's game 2. Let's go ahead and get into the next game. D4. I'm going to just take. Alright, so I can't go there now because that's going to push. I need to get there. Let's see here. Welcome back. Yeah, why is chat dead? Let's get this chat bumping again. Alright, so now he's striking down here, so that's a little spooky. I'm going to push this pawn up to try and get my queen activated a little bit, if I can. I'm going to go here now. This pushes, takes. Dang. Alright, so I'm going to move my bishop back now. Push here now. Takes, I go there. Ooh. So we gotta come back now. Dang. Let's go here. Alright, alright. Let's try and survive this. Let's try and survive. Oh, wow. Oh, man. I missed it again. Dagnabbit. Try and get here. That's covered. Let's go here. Gosh, and he just has literally so much time. I was broke cooking me so bad. Go here. Let's go here. Cakes. Cake here. All that's still covered. Let's go here now. Here. That's a free piece. Dang it! Oh, just not enough time. Man. The problem remains the same. There's one move here where I messed up. Let's analyze. I played better than him too. I had no blunders in this game. He had a bunch. Anytime I see d4, I'm usually playing knight of 6, pawn g6, and I fianchetto up my bishop, which is the variation of the King's Indian. Because I don't like playing into a queen's gambit if I can. I push this pawn now because this bishop is x-raying here. I go ahead and just remove this knight, and I actually didn't need to do that, apparently. But my thought process was, okay, he can move his knight here now. And so that's why I did that. I took that there. Now I castle, he strikes with the pawn, and I bring my knight back because I talked about this in the game. If I go here, he pushes, takes, and now I still have to move this knight. But apparently that's actually winning for me. Because I don't actually have to move the knight, I can just take. So I missed that. Now I pushed that pawn. I pushed that pawn because I got scared. I brought my queen here, and that is very bad. I needed to play g5 here. Wait, yeah, g5 here. Because the queen's still covering here, and now if this pawn pushes, I just take it. And I'm doing just fine. But I went there. And the reason why I did that is because I was thinking, okay, I'll go here. But after this pawn pushes, which I did not see straight up, now I have to fall and bring my bishop back. So, bring the bishop back. He brings his bishop up. I push that pawn. I go takes. And now that is very bad because this knight, anytime you or your opponent can get a knight that is covered by 2 pawns, mind you, past the 4th rank going a specific way. So in this case, he is on the 5th rank for him, and he's on my 4th rank. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for him. Very, very bad. So I brought my queen all the way back, and this was an attempt to prevent the knight from getting here, to get this rook, prevent the knight from getting here, and so forth. And also, any other move would have been really bad. So I would have gone here, his bishop would have come down. So he slides his queen up. I push this pawn now, and I should not have done that. I should have gone knight c6 first. And I didn't want to do that because after takes, I have double pawns. And it's tricky to cover that. But low-key, depending on his next move, like so let's say he goes here, I can just block here if takes, and then if he ever moves his bishop up, if he ever moves his queen down, I can literally just go here. Wait, no, I just blunders a bishop there. But you see the point. But I played there, and so we get bishop here, knight here, bishop check. Only move is to block with my rook, and I should not have done that. Better move it up into play, knight c5. Knight c5 here, because that stops the bishop from getting here. But also, even if I did do that, if I would have gone here, takes, he still gets here. So it honestly would not have worked either way. So I block with the rook, I take, then I go knight a5, and my opponent does a good job of getting the queen over because he saw that fork. Push the pawn forward. Pawn now pushes forward to f4. I go rook c8. Pawn pushes now to b3. Bring my knight over, and essentially I was just trying to rotate here if I could, and also keep an eye on this pawn, because anytime this pawn takes, there's going to be a pin on my rook now, and I need to keep some pressure mounting on that as best as I can. So I took there with the knight. I move my knight there, bring the knight here, and I was really trying to find a fork here, but it's still covered by all these pieces, so I wasn't able to do that. So I slide my queen up, his bishop comes down, my knight now takes the pawn, takes the pawn on h5, but that is bad, because this move was a little bit better. And after takes, he can go, it says knight g4. Where's knight g4? Here. Wait, no? Oh, knight takes b6. Knight takes b6. And it's a discovered attack on my queen. That's why. And then if I go anywhere, literally anywhere, like if I go here, his coming down here, and he's checking me and creating pressure. So that's bad. Bishop g7, rook slides over, bring my knight over here, takes, and he takes there, and that's a blunder. Wait, and I shouldn't have taken there, actually. Oh, I had the fork! Now I had the fork! Oh, and I missed it. Dang it. And then here, I'm in a bit of a scramble. Takes, here, and I'm just completely and utterly winning here. I got lucky here because I was clicking on my queen and I saw that I could take there. I got really lucky, but with 1.1 second on my clock, I ran out of time. What if you move the pawn first instead of the knight? Are you talking about back here? So after d4, push the pawn first here. Honestly, I think that is still just fine. Like if he plays here, like it's still the same thing. Sometimes these goons will play something like you got to be careful here too, especially in like a bullet time control, because If you pre-move this, sometimes they'll pre-move this and cheese you. So just heads up. And then let's say you have a pre-move made for here. You're cooked. So just a note there for you. But honestly, it's not that bad to push the pawn first. But all right, guys, let's get into this fourth game here. Let's get a win here for once in my life. Same thing here and here. Castle. Bishop comes in. And he brings the bishop back. Okay, so let's go here. Just bring the knight over. Let's go here. Okay. Just bring the bishop up here because I want to get here. And if he doesn't take, I'm going to go here. Let's stick with this knight because I want to stop his knight from getting here. Okay, so now his rook's pinning my pawn to my queen. Let's go here. Let's take now. Awesome, and now this is a free piece, right? Yeah, free piece. Take with check. All right, so we have life. We have life. Now his rook is pinned. Here. There's no way I can fumble this, right? All right, all right, all right, all right. Take this. Let's get more material off the board. Let's go here, stop the knight from getting here. Go here, stop the king from getting down here. Push, takes, take, oops. Push, takes, takes. Let's go here. Just came back, I go here. Actually, no, because then the rook comes down with check, collecting this pawn, so that's not the best. Let's go check here. Take this pawn. And now he has to go back here, and I'm going to get this. Dope. Let's go here. And he resigns. We gotta win, guys! Guys, we won a Blitz game! Ah! Let's go, we finally got a dub. That was game 4. Alright, let's review real quick. Oh, I'm so happy! Yes! Finally, back in the win column. Guys, I played a 90% accurate game and played like a 2250 in that game. We are back. Alright, let's review. So it was the same line as the first game. French defense exchange variation. Brings the knight out. I push the pawn here. And this time, I played it a little smarter here. Castle, castle. Brings bishop in. I push this pawn. Bishop slides back. He should have gone here, probably. Yeah, h3 was best. Get my bishop out. Slide my knight up. Get pieces into the game. And this is an inaccuracy. I needed to play knight g5, apparently. Knight g5. Attacking all this. And creating a massive amount of threats. Because if this knight ever moves, let's say this knight goes... Let's say the knight goes here. Actually, no. Let's not say the knight goes there. Let's say the knight goes back here. Bishop takes on h7. King can't take because the knight's covering. And now I take the piece. He takes back, and now I can get my bishop to safety. So, just a note there. But, slide my queen up there. He pushes the pawn now. And I needed to play knight g5 again. Knight g5. Need to note that for next time when I'm playing the French exchange. And apparently that's not a good move either. Bishop f4 was better. Okay. But yeah, my thought process there was like, okay, if he takes, I just take. And then I have a knight here planted. Go there. Takes, takes. Of course. Dude, I swear, the engine just flames me for no reason. Slide my queen over. Rook ae1 was better. Or wait, that's f rook. Rook ae1 was better. Knight now jumps in. I take. He takes. And like I said in the game, that was a free piece there. Then he blocks with the rook. That's a pretty easy spot for me. I spent a little time on here just to make sure there were no stupid tricks. Get pieces off the board. And like I said in the beginning, it is very important that you negate this knight from being able to get to these... Like, negate the knight from being able to push forward. Like, the engine says it's not the best move, but I think that is the best move in that spot, specifically for what was transpiring there. But he pushes the pawns forward. I take, and I do not take this pawn for reasons I just said. I ended up sliding my king up instead. And, of course, the engine says I should have taken this. But if I do take this, his knight's going to take. And now I have more stuff I have to think about. I mean, yes, I can play rook d4 coming in here. And I guess he does have limited squares to go here and here. But in low time control, I'm trying to just prevent the knight from having any realistic involvement as I possibly can. So after he goes there, I slide my rook up. And the reason why I slid my rook up here is for this move right here. Because before I did that, if I pushed here, takes, 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 and then he wins a free pawn, and now I have to worry about getting that pawn back. And I'd rather not do that, so I slid my rook up. Now I push, get material off the board, and he needs to keep pieces on the board as best as he can because he is down material. Whenever you are down material, it is very important that you keep as many pieces on the board as you possibly can. So he slides his rook over now. I come down here with check. I go here, and the reason why he moved his rook over here too is because he wanted to come down here and try and collect this pawn here. But after I check, he goes there, and his king slides back. I actually take this, and now when he does come in with check, anywhere I go with my king, the rook can no longer take here because the rook's covering. So I slide my king up here. And the reason why I went there instead of like here is because I was worried about some goofy checks that could happen. But it's all winning and everything, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't fall into like a fork or something. But he goes there, and then he blocks with the rook. And it says takes his back, takes. Then f4 check. Oh my gosh, and he runs out of squares. King f5. I just sack here. Takes. And gets over here. As soon as he gets over there, I start pushing this pawn. So if he goes here, and his king can't get back in time. And he resigned. in this spot. So we got a dub. Big dubs, big dubs. All right, let's go ahead and play our 5th game now. 3 more games here. I'll try and go through these reviews a little bit quicker for you guys. I want to start doing this a little more. A, I need to review all my games so I can actually get better. And B, I feel like it's helpful to share my thought process with you guys. Because in Rapid, I'm like a 1950, but Blitz, you wouldn't be able to tell that. All right, can we get a Carl Khan this time? No. All right, I'm aborting this. I want to play Carl Khan. Let me play him with Carl Khan. Or I can play as White again. I don't want to play as White again, though. And I also don't want to lose 10 million elo. All right, E4? Yes. All right, let me put my Carl Khan. I want to get back in the win column. Here. Here. Bishop comes in, so now I push here. Also, it's important you don't push this pawn first. You get the bishop out first here. Always. And if he takes, I just snap take. And now this bishop is sniping, yes. Okay, so now the knight's coming in here and attacking this pawn, so I need to make sure I make a note of that. Honestly, can probably play a move like here. And then if takes, I take. And that looks okay. Yeah, no goofy checks here. And also if you take range, collect here too, and then move the bishop up. He's going to probably try and get his knight over here. Is what I imagine his plan's going to be. No, he moves his queen down. Interesting. Alright, so let's go here. Get this bishop off this pin. Oh, and I have a free pawn here too. But that's scary though, because the rook comes over then. Alright, so let's... can I just take that pawn? Let me think. I'm going to go here. And I'm going to take this pawn after that and then go here. Alright, so this is a free piece, right? I go here. Actually, I can probably just block here. And if takes, I take. Now I have a discovered attack here too. Can I go here? No, let's play principled. Let's play smart. And if takes, takes. And also if this bishop was in here, this pawn can't take because of the pin here too. It's just stuff you got to keep in mind. All right, so we're in business right now. We're looking pretty good right now. Let's go ahead and take this. Rook comes over, I just slide back. Ooh, wait, that's not good though. He's still gonna get that pawn. Dang, okay. Alright. Oh, I need to not take that pawn there. Oh well. All good, all good. So he's gonna take that pawn there. So now I gotta be very careful. I'm gonna go ahead and just castle here and just get my king to safety. I am lower on the clock, so I gotta be very wary of that. Bring the bishop down here. Let's go here. I'm gonna push here after that. Alright. Sorry, buddy. You had to get flagged there. Jeez Louise, someone's texting me over here. Nice. Alright. Oh, wow, this is actually an atrocious game. Alright, so, open the game up with the Carl-Con. Anytime he takes, you always take back with the pawn. He pushes there. I always, usually, you can either move your knight here or bring your bishop out here, which it honestly doesn't matter. But I thought I should move my knight there. I moved my bishop here now. And I push this up and attempt to get here, but now his bishop comes in. I usually push here. And it likes that better, this better, because for the exact same reasons. Now, if the knight comes in here, if I push, takes, and I'm doing just fine. Just fine. But this is actually a blunder? Because of knight g6. Oh, that's nasty work. But I got out of it. Now his bishop comes down. And I shouldn't have taken that. Because now his rook gets over there and I move my knight here. I thought that was fine. Oh, he needed to go queen e3. Ah, because that would have put pressure on this. Alright. So here, bishop comes down, takes. Yeah. I move my queen over here, try to get the queens off the board. And I should not have taken this pawn because of what happened in the game. Push the pawn here. And I'm forced to move this bishop now, and he's going to get this pawn right back. So I pushed there. Apparently d4 was better. Attack the rook. Ooh, because the rook can't get over here because of the bishop. Huh, that's crazy. Alright, but, yeah, so I went there. Bring my rook over. Takes. And that was a blunder. Because of b4. Oh, and now he has a big passer. That's why. It's like if I play a move like this and he takes, I take, I'm cooked. Like, or I'm not cooked. Engine says I'm winning, but like this is very scary. So let's say it comes down. Now this pawn's gonna start pushing. I go here. Say brings the bishop over here, and blah blah blah. Like the list goes on. But the pawn's gonna push there eventually. Engine, yes, I know it says I'm winning, but it's spooky. But I push my pawn there. He slides over, and I move my bishop down. And after he does that, takes. And from here, I'm just straight up winning. Bring it over here. Go there. And I honestly should have played something like this. So now the rook has to move. But, yeah. Alright, I can't use too much time on this. Where was I? Okay, yeah. So I went here, and he played king e2. And this is a blunder because of this. And the king cannot take because the rook is covering. So here, takes. And I ran out of time. Or my opponent ran out of time. Jeez, bro. Wait, who's from same country? Who's from same country? Who said that? Alright, let's get into the next game. We're 2-1-1. E4. What the heck? Okay. Oh, this is that stupid gambit. No, you're not going to get me with this stupid gambit. I'm not doing the gambit. Nope. This is a gambit. He's going to put trade. Blah, blah, blah. I can't talk. He's going to play a trick on me. But I'm not going to fall for it. I'm not falling for your goofy tricks. All right, so he goes there. Let's bring the knight over. Bring the queen over. Stop his queen from checking me. castle. If I move like this. I would just play a waiting move. Alright, so now that comes in. Let's bring this down. Bring this knight over, I just slide down again. Okay. I don't want to push there because then his knight gets in. Let's go here, stop the knight from getting here. Here. I'm going to push here after that. Lose on time. This is tough, bro. That gambit is so tricky, bro. Dang it. All good. Let's review real quick. We have one more game after this. Gosh. I play like a 950. Okay, chess.com. It wants me to scream me to take this piece, but I know this is a stupid gambit, bro. What happens if I push? Alright, whatever. This gambit's called the Borg Defense Borg Gambit. Okay. And I had to take there because if I don't take, if I go something like this, it's a discovered attack on my queen. So it takes, I slide my queen back, he goes there. Push that pawn now. And it just, dude, like, how are these guys playing so freaking fast? Like, they're using no time to think at all. I just will never be able to understand that. I don't know why I moved my king over there, honestly. It literally just kind of messed up my position a little bit. But I moved my king over there, brought my knight over here, and I had to move my queen now. And now I have a discovered attack on the queen. And a better move here would have been to play knight d3. Wait. Knight d3. Here. After takes. Oh. Duh. That was my plan all along, and the king can't get down here. Jeez, alright. Crazy. But there, go there. G5 would have been better. There. And he took, and I ran out of time. Crazy. Alright, cool. One more game. Oh, this is the stupid elephant gambit. Oh my gosh. Let's take. He's going to push the pawn forward. Or maybe not. Okay. Stop the knight from getting here. Castle now. Oh my word. Darn. Alright, hang on. I'm resigning this. Something just happened. Goodness gracious. The cat will not be quiet. That game, I'm not counting that game. There was a noise outside my door and it scared me. Alright. Brings the knight forward. I'm not going to review this last game. It's just for the sake of time. Brings the knight over here. Now I go here. Oh wait, that's still bad. For the exact same thing that I fell for last time. Oh my goodness gracious. Now I'm gonna run out of time again. Okay. Push. What? Oh, let's go down. Alright, do not get low on time again. Once again, my opponent is just playing absolute brilliantly out of the opening here. Alright, let's castle now. Here. Here. Free piece. Straight up. Let's go here. Wow. You guys like those pre-moves? Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Alright, awesome. Alright, let's go ahead and start reviewing some games here. I have 8 messages from LG. Oh, LG is messaging me. Nice. Jeez, that's crazy. Alright, cool. Alright, so which one of y'all... Alright, who's in here right now? Alright, Katie... Where are you at? There you are. You guys in stream. Alright, cool. That is crazy. I don't know how I was able to spot that. Jeez. Got lucky there. If I didn't pre-move for one move there, I would have been cooked. Wait, so let's look at this real quick. I pre-moved all of this. So this right here, I pre-moved every little bit here. That's funny. Alright. Regus, you're in here right now. I'm going to go ahead and review your game real quick. Copy link. Hang on. I need to spit this out real quick. Alright. Alright. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and review your game real quick. Paste. Make sure you're on here. Beautiful. Alright. Cool. How many games do you have played? Where are you? This is you, right? Yeah, here, David. Oh, that's cool. You're from the Czech Republic. Nice. I don't think we have any Czech Republic guys in here. Do you play on Lichess? This is like a brand new account. Nice. Alright, cool. Let's review this game real quick. 5-minute Blitz game? Alright, alright. Played a 66.9% accurate game. That's funny, 669. You didn't have any blunders, and you played like an 850 in this one. So let's review this real quick. So you open the game up with e4. Opponent goes e5, knight c3, d6, f4. And this right here is the Vienna game, Omaha Gambit. Very nice, very nice. Nice. Okay, word. So you played f4. Your opponent doesn't take the pawn. So here you need to play knight f3, which is exactly what you do. So it looks like you know this line pretty well. So good stuff on your opening prep. So after he takes here, you strike with the pawn. Nice. Taking all that space here. Beautiful. And now you are going to get that pawn right back if he doesn't do anything about it. He brings his bishop in now. And honestly, you could probably just go ahead and take that pawn. Nice. And then your opponent goes queen d7. So in this spot, you probably could go queen d2, queen d3. And then maybe castle long. I honestly don't mind that move. I think that move's still good. Now you castle, and you push the pawn now. So the bishop needs to take now. Ooh, slides the bishop back. And now you strike. D5 was apparently better, going here. And then... so if he goes here, G4. Yeah, and then basically you're just suffocating the position here. Nice. Okay, cool. Alright, so the bishop slides back now. Knight now jumps over here. And this is bad because of d5. d5 would have negated everything. That's the f pawn. d5 here. Because now, if you push... e takes d5. What? Oh, f6. Yeah, and then essentially your king's exposed in the middle of the board, and your king's exposed in the middle of the board, and eventually this rook's going to come over, and essentially this bishop is sniping now, and if you do not take here, the bishop's going to slide over here and then create more threats here. So just something to note there. So after knight f6, honestly, it wasn't even that bad of a move, I don't think. The pawn takes now, and now you slide your queen up. Here you could have played g5. G5, the knight would have... If the knight moves... Oh, the knight moves anywhere. Literally, if the knight moves at all. Say he goes here. You go pin. And the pawn goes here, you play en passant. Dang. That's crazy. But yeah, this would have won the game on the spot here. But you slide here. And I honestly understand your reasoning here, trying to get some more defenders on this and maybe try and attack this diagonal. Although when you do go here, the knight cannot get over here, which is a little spooky. Although you do still have this. Actually, no, you don't, because then the knight would just take here with the fork. Your opponent slides down there. See, this is why we're reviewing, bro. This is how you get better right here. Alright, so the bishop slides down now. White castles. And we get knight b4. Oh, and this is actually catastrophic. Because of g5. Wait. Or queen e3. Queen e3 here. And then for reasons the exact same. G5 is the best move here. Actually, G4. When are you going to G5? Let's say, okay, so let's go say King D8. And now you play A3. Knight's going to have to fall back. And now you play D5. And the knight is low-key running out of oxygen. Running out of oxygen. Knight goes here. Knight B5. If pushes. Check. Checkmate. Crazy. Alright, but you go see Queen C4 here. Attacking that knight. And then this is a bad blunder because of the reasons we just talked about. G5 here. And now the knight moves again. You go here and pin. Same thing, en passant. Goes here, takes. Or probably take with the knight there, but reason's the exact same thing. So, say you play A3 here. And in this spot in particular, I mean, I can't really say much because you just watched me run out of time like 20 times, but anytime I'm in very unfamiliar territory and I see a weird move like A5, like this is not a natural move to me. To me, that is not a natural move. Now, if they would have played something like this also probably would have been bad too. Yeah, because now if you take, this pawn can't take back because it's pinned. But a weird move like this, I would take probably between 15 and 20 seconds, ideally, if you can, to try and see if you can spot a move like this. Now, easier said than done, like I said, but yeah, okay, that makes sense. You want to save a little bit of time. That's fair. That's fair. So the knight slides back down. You take this pawn here, and then your opponent responds with sliding the rook down. Really? Now do you see G5? Now you take the pawn. Rook jumps over now. Slide the bishop down to create another defender on that pawn. Okay. And so now this threat's gone now. But it's okay. Actually, could you even still done that? Let's say pushes now. Yeah, you could have, because takes. You get the knight. Okay. So your opponent now goes knight a7. Slide the queen down to pin it. And good job taking with that pawn. That was the best pawn. Why can't you take with this pawn? Because if you take with that pawn, your opponent has knight. Knight takes on G4. Ooh, sacking the knight, and then they get the rook. Dang, okay. Good job spotting that. Alright, so now the knight slides down. You bring your bishop all the way back. And now that pawn's under fire, but it is still covered by the rook. So you can probably move your knight forward. No, you push the pawn, and that's the best move on the board. Nice, very nice. So you get e5, and after this we see d takes e5, pawn takes back on d5, bishop g5 check, slide the king over, nice. Rook jumps down now. Excellent. That was exactly what I probably would have played in that spot. G5 is crazy, but now you got a note for it if you ever see it again. This is a great move here because now, if this rook doesn't move, you have a discovered attack on the rook. Bishop slides down. You take the bishop. Ooh, and then you push this pawn. Nah, so this doesn't work anymore because the knight can just take here now. Oh, but he takes it. And you get the rook. Nice. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now you push the pawn here. You come down with check. And you just keep pushing P. Keep pushing P. Ooh, gotta be careful here, though. That's not a threat, though, because of that. But although the knight does still take there. But your opponent's not material right now. You're at +5, so. Oh, but you sack the bishop and get the rook down. And your opponent runs out of time. Beautiful. That was a great game, bro. Great game. But yeah. Yeah, G back here. Where was it? Let's go all the way back here. Yeah, right here. G5 wins the game on the spot. Like, they have to sack the knight here, or they're going to lose their queen. Let's say they sack here. Same thing, bishop G4. It blocks en passant. Queen takes. And same thing. Oh wait, actually, probably, instead of taking that, you probably could have just taken this. Yeah, and the rook comes over. Check, here, and then you just win the game. It wants you to take here, though. But still, oh, and the knight takes here, you have queen A2. Nice, cool, all right, dope, good stuff, bro. GG's to you. GG's to you. All right, anybody else? Anybody else send me a game? Samuel or Katie, are you guys in here right now? All right. Samuel, are you in here right now? Katie had to go to bed, so I'm not going to review her game. I'm only going to review games that people in the live. Samuel, are you in here right now? After we're done with this, Records, you want to play a quick Blitz game before I turn the live off? Check real quick over here. Somebody texted me. Who texted me? That was my brother. Oh, that's you, Chess Leveling. Okay, I'm sorry. My bad. I got you, bro. I didn't realize you were Samuel in the chat there. Let's see where Samuel's from. Where are you from, homie? Oh, you're from India. Nice. Dude, we got a lot. Okay, I see you. My bad. You're from India. Dude, we got a lot of people from India in the server. And also, Chess Leveling, assuming you're a chess content creator across the board, if you were interested, I'm just going to make a note for you real quick. Either today or tomorrow, I am going to conjure up a list of power creators in my Discord server. And essentially, we're going to have our own channel, and I'm going to give you a specific role. And all the creators in the server, they're going to have this role, and they're going to have access to a secret channel. And we're going to be talking strategy as far as content goes. Because, yes, I host all these tournaments and everything, but if I can have you guys posting your tournament videos, like I'm assuming you've watched one of the broadcasts or whatnot. If I can have you guys posting that on your YouTube, it'd be good exposure and also good content for you because A, you're playing, and B, you have an announcer for free, which I think would be good for everybody. And then C, I also want to start collabing with all you guys on Instagram. If you have Instagram, you should follow me. But first things first, let's look at this game. Oh my gosh, your opponent's 1900. What the heck? Okay, there's no way, bro. Is this person even real? 448 games? All right, they look real. Oops, I actually just closed it. My bad. All right. But yeah, Chess Leveling, you should follow me on Instagram and I'll follow you back. Jeez, what on earth is this game? This game is feral. Your opponent played a 93.6% accurate game and you played 82.5. You played a 1900. How many games have you played on here? Yeah, your account's good. You played 5,000 games. I just like to take a quick peek at it. All right, so pawn e4, and we got a Sicilian. Nice. You moved the bishop out here. I usually always play this first, no matter what I see. Although that move can get a little tricky real fast because after takes, they have this, so that can be a little tricky, and then you just have to bring the knight back, right? Yeah. But I like this move. I think this move right here is a good move. It's a book move, main line. Sicilian. So we have a Sicilian on the board. Your opponent now plays e6. You push the pawn forward. Knight slides up to c6. We get castles. Knight develops now to f6. rook e1, bishop e7, in an attempt for your opponent to castle. You move the knight up now, and you play bishop here. And this is a blunder because of d5. The reason why this is a blunder is because after takes, if you take here, you're going to lose material. And if you slide the bishop back, there's a fork here now. So that is a thing. And you end up taking the pawn. You slide your bishop up to attack, and now the fork is created by your opponent. Bishop now takes on c6. And in this spot particularly, yes, I know this is the best move, but I tell everybody this. Anytime you're down material, ideally you probably want to try and keep as much material on the board as you possibly can. So takes. Honestly reasonable. So you want to play after stream? No, we can play on stream. I'll send you a challenge, or I'll have you send me a challenge. Just like a 3-minute game if that's cool with you. Okay, so you move the knight over here. Pawn takes now. You take back the rook. Now you're down 2 pieces of material as it stands, so now you got to move the rook back. Would it have been better can you take with this pawn? No, it's better to take with the rook, so you did get there. Nice. Okay, so the pawn pushes now, and they always push this pawn because they want to try and get this rook activated to try and create pressure coming down the f-file. I see this all the time. Ideally, you probably don't want to take this knight here. So, oh, maybe, okay, so it is a top engine move. So my thought was, okay, his pawns are doubled. That's a liability. And when you take, you undouble the pawns, but apparently that's fine. d4 would have worked too. Alright, interesting. Alright, but you take here. So, best move on the board. Nicely done. You push the pawn now forward to d4. Your opponent slides the bishop up to b7. And then you blunder the knight in one move. Tricky. Yeah, you use 26 seconds on that move. Yeah, better move here would have been to play just straight up takes. And this bishop is still covering this pawn, and I guess a queen too. But that would have always been a threat there. And after this you play c3. Engine says d4 is okay for your opponent. Takes. And then, yeah, your opponent essentially just gets material off the board. So you probably wouldn't take with the queen here. You'd probably take with the c-pawn to keep your queen on the board. If your queen falls off the board in this spot, you will just straight up lose the game on the spot. But you play knight g5, and your opponent takes it. So now your opponent's got 5 pieces of material. Push the pawn forward. Bishop takes now. Is this not a free pawn? Oh, no, it's not. Nice. Okay, yeah, there's a checkmate here. Dang. All right. So you push the pawn forward. Takes. Ooh, discovered check on the king. That's nasty work. Rook slides over now. You come in with a check. Bishop blocks. You take the pawn. And from here, it just looks like it's going to be a cleanup situation. Cleanup on aisle 5 for your opponent. You push the pawn forward. Probably sacking the rook is good. Yeah, but at this point, you're already down a bunch of material. I think that's the best move in that spot. Bishop now takes. Ooh, sacks. Because after you take, queen takes here, and you're going to get mated in a couple of moves. Check, collect the rook, discover check, and checkmate. Nice. All right, so this move right here, I mean, I'm not sure. Thank you, good sir. I'll follow you guys back here once I'm done with this. This move right here just straight up hangs a knight, so that's bad. And in your middle game, so this was a rapid game of chess. I'm assuming this was like against like a friend or something, because I don't know when you would ever play in 1900, unless you turn the rating up super duper high. But yeah, I understand you're trying to develop your bishop here, but anytime they have pawns here in the center of the board, you need to remember that if your position is starting to suffocate a little bit, they push this pawn. Are there any threats that could potentially happen if you make a move? So like in this spot, I probably would have used a little bit more time. How much time did you use? Yeah, you use about 12 seconds there. But yeah, so after the bishop goes there, push. Yeah. But a better move here would have been to play, engine says h3 would have been good. a4 would have been good. And you also could have played bishop b3. Bishop b3, sliding back here. Interesting. So let's say you did do that. So bishop b3. Let's say they not push. Takes. And yeah, you're just doing just fine now because now the bishop's not here and they no longer have a fork threat. And let's say you did something like a4. Your opponent probably could have done something like, let's see, a6. And then you still can't go here. Honestly, you probably could push the bishop up here. That's probably fine. Yeah, that's good. And then they also can't push this here because if they do that, takes, you get the rook. And then, so they do go here. Say slide back, push here. And now you're threatening this. And if this pawn ever pushes, you slide. Oh, actually, you just take here. Takes. Bishop a2 all the way back. And they push this pawn. Knight e4. Takes. Oh, d takes. Oh yeah, because your pawn can always push and cover it eventually. But yeah, cool. But yeah, this was the main thing that kind of cooked you in this game. Was this whole fork here? Tricky tactic to find, but now you're never ever gonna miss it again. Oh, he's one of your viewers? Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Cool. All right, bro. Well, GG's. GG's to you. All right. Go ahead and send me a challenge here real quick. Run this game up real fast. Do 3 minutes unrated, please, if you wouldn't mind. Mr. David. If you wouldn't mind. That was like the only one, and then I guess he blundered the knight in one move. Still though, I thought that was pretty solid. You were solid out of the opening. The opening was very, very solid. I thought, oh jeez, knocked my whole laptop over. All right, fire me that game whenever you're ready, David. 3 minutes, no bonus time, and make sure it's unrated. And if you want, I can actually just challenge you probably if you don't get it to me. Here you are. Send you a challenge. Unrated. Send. Alright, let's do it. E4. Ooh, Scandinavian. Alright. I could have just played there straight up first, but it's fine. So now you go there. And usually I bring this up here. Okay. So now if I take here, you're going to get development. And if I go here, you're going to go here. So I'm just going to push here. So now you got knight f4. So if I go here, here. Alright, let's develop the knight now. You're gonna beat me on time, bro. I think too long. Nice, alright. So now you attack my bishop. And honestly, if I take here and there, then that frees your bishop up, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm gonna slide my bishop down now. And then if you push here, ooh, and now I have a... Now I have this. This is pen now. So let's go. Let's castle. You castle queenside. Nice. Okay. So let's go here, and then I'm gonna go here maybe. It's gonna get dicey here in a second. Bring bishop up. Just go here. King up, and if you push here, probably will just take and then bring my bishop down. Go and take here. Take here. An effort to get here. Okay, so there. And now I'm going to push here because that's covered. And if you go here, I just go here again. Same thing, covered. Gotta be careful now, the queen's coming in here pretty hot. Slide up, try and get this. Probably gonna move your queen down now. Oh, I probably could have gone here. Actually, that's probably not that bad. Good move. Go here now. I'm gonna go here. Actually, no, I'm gonna go here first. Let's go here. Go here now. Take, take. Defend that. Just go here. Oh, I could have just pushed there. And it's still covering here. That recovers. Sorry, bro. Sorry for the flag. GG's though, bro. You held your own pretty solidly there. Nicely done. Yeah, we played an atrocious game. This is a horrible move here. I needed to actually play. Yeah, I literally just hung a pawn straight up there. And I went there. And you castled. That was a mistake. I didn't think that was that bad. I wanted you to play here just straight up. GG's, bro. GG's. Alright. And yeah, it wants me to take there. Alright, awesome. Fair enough. And then, yeah, here I'm just, yeah. My pawns are way too powerful over here. I have 3 passers, and there's literally just no stopping that, because my knight's covering that pawn like I mentioned. And you take here, I promote here, sack the queen, I get the rook, and now the rook's blocking the king's entry here. And whenever you're in time scrambles, you try and keep things as basic as possible. Clear all the pieces off the board. Then you ran out of time. Cool. Alrighty, bro. Well, GG's. Alrighty, guys. Well, I am going to go ahead and shut down the live stream here. Appreciate you guys all being here and watching, and it was a pleasure to play you guys. If you wouldn't mind, check out my new YouTube video. I defeated a national master in a game of chess. Believe it or not, a national master in a game of chess. So that was crazy. And then also, check out my Instagram too. I'm pretty sure you guys said you followed me already, but if you didn't already, I kindly ask that you do, and if you do, I will follow you back. And yeah, GG's guys. I will see you guys tomorrow for tomorrow's chess tournament. We're hosting a chess tournament tomorrow, so stay tuned in the Discord. It's all in tournament sign up, and then all the rules are posted in tournament rules. So, alrighty, homies. GG's. I'll see you guys later, and in the Discord server.